Bhagavatam, Canto 1, entitled Creation, Chapter 18. Parikshit cursed by Brahmana boy. And we're reading today text 17. Tana parang punyam asangvritartam. Tana parang punyam asangvritartam. Ajnanam atyat bhuta yoganistam. Ajnanam atyat bhuta yoganistam. Akyai ananta charitopapanam. Akyai ananta charitopapanam. Parikshitam bhagavato piramam. Parikshitam bhagavata viramam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thus, please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Parikshit, and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of bhakti yoga. Purport. What was spoken to Maharaj Parikshit and what is very dear to the pure devotees is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of the narrations of the activities of the Supreme Unlimited, and therefore it is the science of Bhakti Yoga, or the devotional service of the Lord. Thus it is para, or supreme, because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched with the devotional service of the Lord. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripata Mahang Vande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svabadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tanna param punyam asangritartam akyanam atyatputa yoga nishtam agyahi ananta charitopapanam parikshitam bhagavatha viramam. Thus please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Parikshit, and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of bhakti yoga. So the sages here ask Sutta to speak the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is said here to be purifying and supreme. Yeah. So the sound vibration of the Srimad Bhagavatam, or topics which describe Krishna, are not ordinary sound vibration. This is spiritual sound vibration. And it is purifying. It's purifying what? It doesn't really, okay, if you're very transcendental, but it doesn't really replace your daily bath, right? It's not meant with that purifying. Oh, in the morning I read a shloka, I don't have to brush my teeth. It's purifying for the consciousness. Yeah, it's purifying the consciousness. Because the consciousness is right now polluted, right? If there's a need for purification, meaning there is some pollution. So how can consciousness be polluted? It's metaphorical, of course, huh? But how can this happen? And this happens, through identification, through attachment, and following that, bad qualities, and which are, so to say, stored in on the subtle body, which form our character. And through the long association of the soul in the material world, we accumulate so much dust and pollution on in our consciousness, that we are in forgetfulness of Krishna, and through this developing an opposite ego, because the soul, as a pure being, has an ego. The soul is not ego-less, but isn't true ego and right ego, which is Krishna conscious, which is always hankering to fulfill the desires of the Lord. This is actually the true position of the soul, the ideal position, to fulfill desires of the Lord. And when we forget the Lord, suddenly we want to fulfill our own desires. And so the egoism comes in, and so this all the many bad qualities like greed and lust and anger and all that. Yeah? So this is the impurity, which is very hard to get rid of. Every one of us knows, if we are a little older already, then and we have some qualities, some bad qualities, or some attachments, or some behavior which is not good, not ideal, it's very difficult to change that. Right? Ask your wife. She knows the best. Ask your wife, oh, what are my bad qualities? She will make a whole list. And then change that, right? Very difficult. It's very difficult to change behavior, which is so much ingrained, right? So much us. And this is the duty, or this is the Aufgabe. What is it? Aufgabe? Task. Yeah, this is the task. This is the task for us humans, to change ourselves, to change. And not just change because of social conventions, social understandings, to be a nice person. No, to change the misunderstanding of what we are. It's very deep. And because this is very difficult, especially in Kali Yuga, in this age where we are very fallen, especially fallen, we get this very powerful help of Krishna in so many ways, in so many forms. And one of these forms is Srimad Bhagavatam. And this sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam is so powerful, and especially, as it said here, the activities of the Lord, because nowadays, especially in Kali Yuga, philosophy, to speak philosophy now, I spoke maybe 5 minutes, already it's getting difficult. And I'm not speaking huge, complicated stuff, right? If you want to have some complicated philosophy which twists your mind, or you can understand, read Immanuel Kant or something like this. Imagine we have every morning a reading of Immanuel Kant here. I think our minds would blow, we will not get anything. Our philosophy, Krishna conscious philosophy, is not that difficult actually, in comparison to this complicated thinkers. So, but even that is very difficult to follow. So, Krishna is so merciful, and he says, okay, the most easy and powerful process is Krishna Katha in form of Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes activities of the Lord. And activities means there are some stories involved. And everyone likes to listen to some stories. It is very easy to follow. And it does not necessarily have to have a moral inside. If you read Krishna book, 10th canto, Krishna's Leelas, it's not always then a moral, it's just Krishna's activities, which are already so pleasing. Right? Normally we have always a moral, but it's just listen to Krishna's activities and become absorbed and enchanted, and this will purify you and everything will work out. The only problem is if we don't like Krishna, then we would not like to listen to him. So we have to have a certain attitude towards Krishna. At least they say, oh, Krishna is nice, I like Krishna. Then you like to hear about him. And how can you like Krishna especially? If you understand his real position. Yeah? And his real position is very special. And he says himself, if you don't understand my real position, you are a fool. Muda. If you don't understand my real position, you are Muda. Avachananti mang muda manushim tanum ashitam parang bhavamachanato mama bhuta maheshwaram. 9:11, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, they don't understand that I am actually the Supreme Lord. I am not a human being. I am not a demigod, a deva like Indra, Chandra. No. And I am also not an emanation of some impersonal energy or something. No. I am the Supreme Lord, the Lord of all living beings. I am the source of everything, and I am God. The Supreme God. This is what he says in Bhagavad Gita. And then if you understand that, then suddenly the hearing of Krishna's Leelas, or the purifying effect of the hearing of Krishna's pastimes is very strong. Then it's there. And then you can hear. Because if you don't understand this, you will always criticize Krishna. Because Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he can do whatever he likes. And he does. And he does. And if you don't understand, accept his absolute position, which is not to doubt and not to question, then you will criticize when he, kills people, demons, supposed demons. Or when he has some amorous affairs with the gopis, which from a moral point of view are very unacceptable, right? But if you understand, he's the Lord, all the girls belong to him anyway. Actually, I'm stealing the girl from him. And then you can accept it. Krishna is very, very liberal. He says, okay, take one girl for you, but all the others for me. Yeah. And if you do this criminal, like Ravana, he was kidnapping Krishna's favorite girl, then he will destroy you. Okay. But if you are dharmic, okay, say, yes, Krishna, I'm not so purified, I need a relationship, then okay, no problem. Yeah? But every living entity is for Krishna. Not just the gopis, every living entity is for Krishna. Every living entity should serve Krishna. Think about Krishna, love Krishna. We are rebellious. If we have a problem with Krishna, because he's behind everything. And this is what the devotee understands. He understands, I have no right to complain. No, to beschweren. I have no right to complain. I have no right to lament. I have no right to be, not a humble servant. This is not my position. But as long as if we have an ego, then we are not satisfied. So, we should listen to Krishna's pastimes. When we have this understanding very deeply, Krishna, Supreme Lord, aham sarvasya prabhavo mata savang pravartate iti matva pachantevang buddhapava samanvitaha. Everything comes from me, he says, the material and spiritual planets. And those who understand this, they worship me with love. With bhava. And then we understand also Krishna's body is not a material body. Our bodies are material, they are temporary, they are hurting. So much pain can be experienced in this body. It's forgetful, it's just matter. Krishna's body is not like that. Krishna's body is Satchit Ananda. Imagine a body made out of spiritual elements. A body, here comes someone inside and his body is eternal. Whoa, imagine. He comes inside and says, wow, he has an eternal body. How must that be? And not just this, the body is made out of consciousness. Pure spiritual energy. This body is made of matter. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Right? But a body made of consciousness. Glowing, eternal, and full of bliss. So this is said, Krishna's body is Satchidananda Vigraha. So he is not a material body. This is different. So in this body he is acting. And it's a very beautiful body, most beautiful. It said, Krishna's eyes are like white lotus, compared to white lotus. Beautiful white lotus. And his dress is made out of fresh turmeric. Or not made out, it's like fresh turmeric. It's so brilliantly yellow. And his body is glowing like emerald. Interesting, huh? Emerald. It's actually green, huh? Emerald is smaragd. But often his body is also compared to the sapphire. Sapphire, no? Sapphire? Sapphire. Yeah? Blue, glowing, very beautiful. Of the most beautiful, the beautiful, this is Krishna. He's the source of all beauty. So in his wonderful body, he's doing so many things. So the body is already amazing, and his activities are amazing. So we should hear that. So what was he doing? Krishna had actually a cool life, right? People are all about hearing the lives of other people who did something amazing. If you go in the bookstore, it's full of biographies of all kinds of people. You can read about anyone almost nowadays. And if you're very, very special, they make a movie out of you, of your life story. Whoa, this Bhakta Stefan, he was so great. Now we make a movie. And then you have an actor, someone playing you. Okay, this is I, Bhakta Stefan, playing. Huh? Like now they had this Facebook story was a movie and someone played this, or now they make a Steve Jobs story. So it's still, and someone plays Steve Jobs and some plays Martin Luther, because last year I think was the Luther year, or was it this year? Last year I think it was. Yeah, and someone plays Luther, Columbus, or someone plays this and that. Huh? Some amazing person because he achieved something. And the story actually is never really true. Like Martin Luther, he was a complete anti-Semite. This is put under the carpet, right? But he was right so much against the Jews. Because you have to be anti-Semite if you're a real Christian. Actually. Why? Because they killed our prophet. They killed our savior. This is what the Jews doing. So there's always this conflict between the... But now they, we kind of don't look at this too much. We want to live in peace. We don't want to be anti-Semite. But at that time when Martin Luther was writing, the Jews were not so powerful like nowadays. So he could write, yes, the damn Jews and this and that, and then they killed our savior and whatever, right? Nobody cared. But history changed. Now do this nowadays. So the Protestants tried to, no, it was not really true. Whatever, I don't know. So anyway, personalities, right? And then they make a movie and this and that. But no life story, no biography compares to Krishna's biography. Krishna's biography, how everything happened, what he was doing. This is the coolest life story. Like you have these love stories, isn't it? Love stories. And they are dramatic, and they come together, and then not, and then in the end, happy end, or something like this. Krishna has the coolest love stories. Coolest love stories. And very dramatic. It's like so dramatic. People go to the cinema to cry, especially women. They like to see a love story, and then they cry, and they ask their man sits there, why are you crying? Oh, you have no understanding, you have no feelings. Oh. Yeah, but they like to cry, and this and that, right? They like to cry. Actually, people like to cry. They like this Herzschmerz. They call it Herzschmerz. So it has to be there, right? Something is right. So if you read Krishna's story, this is like super dramatic. At first, Krishna is living in Vrindavan. And for all that, you have to always understand, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. It's his Leela, it's his pastime. It's not a normal story. And he lives there in Vrindavan. This is ideal setting, most beautiful place with all his friends, with his loving parents. He's like in this wonderful situation, and with his most dear girlfriend, Srimati Radharani. And she loves him so much, and he loves her so much, and they have romantic adventures all the time. It's like wonderful. And suddenly Radharani hears, and the gopis hear, Krishna goes away. And just when they hear that, they are like shocked. It's not like, yeah, no problem, I'll take another. Like nowadays, oh, my husband got this, I'll take another. No, actually, often people are still attached to each other. So anyway, so they are like shocked, how is this? And this is so dramatic. And then Krishna has to go to Mathura to go on a mission. And the gopis are, no, you cannot leave us. How can you leave us? This is not possible. It's so heartbreaking. And also for Mother Yashoda and Ananda Maharaj is like super intense. The gopas, Krishna, you cannot go away. How can you go away from us? This is not right. And he says, no problem. I quickly go on this mission. I also feel the same. Krishna is not like, yes, I'm God, I'm transcendental, I do my job. No, he's also feeling with his devotees. He says, don't worry, I will come back very soon. I just go on this mission and I will come back soon. And he never comes back. Yeah. Okay, some acharyas explain this and that. There are different points of view, of course. But from one point of view in the story, he never comes back. Which is terrible. So Krishna, imagine, Goloka Vrindavan. Narasingade Bhagavan ki jai. Imagine, Goloka Vrindavan. Everyone of you knows Vrindavan, right? What is in Vrindavan special? What is in Vrindavan? Someone can say something. What is in Vrindavan? Yes. The gopis. Okay, what else? Who else? Yes. Kalpa vriksha trees, most beautiful trees. And actually the trees, they love Krishna. All the trees are like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. They are in ecstasy. Okay, Kalpa vriksha trees. What else? Who else? What is in Goloka Vrindavan? Huh? Yeah, his parents, Nanda, Yashoda, and all the other relatives. Everyone loves Krishna, right? Nanda and Yashoda, they always think about Krishna. Imagine if Krishna is your son. You think always about Krishna. Okay, what else? Cows. Yeah, Surabi cows. Full of. And also, the cows are also, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? This Goloka Vrindavan, right? They are Krishna conscious. So, what else? Someone, huh? Govardhan Hill. And he said Govardhan Hill is also Krishna conscious. He's also Krishna conscious. In Vidakta Madhava, Rupa Goswami quotes Purnamasi, who says that Govardhan Hill is appointed by Kamsa to always watch if everything is going on right. Yeah? He's like the protector, and he's like the chief constable. It's like police. Govardhan Hill has to watch if everything is right. And then they say, but how is it that Krishna can do so many mischievous things next to that Govardhan Hill? And I said, yeah, because Govardhan Hill doesn't care about the order of Kamsa. He's very proud. It's very funny. So Govardhan Hill is also Krishna conscious. So what else? Who else? Yeah, devotees. Which devotees? Because they are all devotees. Huh? Yeah, Sakas, Sakis, yes. Who else? Monkeys. Yes, they are also Krishna conscious. One monkey is called Kakati. It's an old female monkey. It's very important in the Leela, Kakati. Okay, someone who said nothing so far. Goloka Vrindavan, you heard it, yes? Yeah, Yamuna river is flowing. She's always thinking about Krishna. It said when Krishna plays the flute, Balaram says, everyone and everything becomes opposite of what they wear. And Yamuna is fluid, but then becomes solid. Because they become the opposite of they wear. When Krishna plays the flute, Yamuna is in ecstasy. And it said that stones which are hard begin to melt. And the hills which are ajala, immovable, begin to dance and move and jump around when Krishna plays the flute. Yeah. Okay, what else? What is in Vrindavan? Someone who said nothing. I want to make you a little bit think, wake up. Huh?
Demons.
Good guess. Yeah, good try. Yeah, true, not true, both. You can see from different points of view. Yeah, sometimes demons also come. Yeah, that's true. They are also Krishna conscious. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Yes. Kill Krishna, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Krishna, okay, besides Krishna, oh, also ausgenommen von Krishna, was, oder wer ist in Vrindavan? Huh? Okay, good. Okay, you want to say something?
Lots of butter.
Lots of butter, yes, lots of butter. And this butter is so fresh and so good, you can eat it directly. It's so tasty. Once a devotee, it was Jamashtami, and you make many preparations for Krishna. In the evening we took prasadam, and there was something we thought it's like, what was it? We thought it's some cream or something salty actually, some chutney. And then we tasted, and it was mishri. And this devotee said, oh, because Krishna likes mishri very much. It's just butter and sugar. But for us, it was a little bit too intense, right? It's just, and you're like, whoa, how to eat this? You know, it's just butter and sugar. Just butter and sugar. Mishri. No, Krishna likes this very much. Yeah, because maybe our butter is a little bit different than Goloka Vrindavan. Okay. Okay, another guess? Okay, I think we covered a lot. Okay. Tulsi Maharani is there, yeah, Vrinda Devi. So all of these entities are in pure love of Krishna. Actually, they are manifestations of love of Krishna. You can say like this. In the spiritual world, the bhava or the prema, the mood, the rasa, you have manifests a certain form or corresponds to the form. Meaning the love a gopi has is completely conformed with her form. There's a certain rasa, the mood is expressed in the form. And everything in the spiritual world is an expression actually of Krishna's love. It's manifest, it's there that Krishna can experience love, loving exchanges of different kinds of flavors. So you imagine this perfect reality, everything Chintamani, wonderful and great. And everyone is there to love Krishna. Govardhan Hill, oh where's Krishna? Oh here's Krishna, do this, the gopis, everyone. And now you take Krishna out of this situation. Everything what we mention now, but Krishna is not there. Right? So if we have a little sense, we can sense maybe, this is terrible. This is terrible. So on this day when Akrura came, sent by Kamsa to pick up Krishna, this was the most terrible day. And it's interesting that Akrura means non-violent. And the gopis also said this, how is this? His name is Akrura. He is most Krura, violent. He kills us. And this is what happened when Krishna left then Vrindavan. And when Krishna was sitting on the chariot with Balaram, the gopis, they were blocking the way, the horses, they were crying, they were lying in front of the horses. They made a huge scene. Everyone was like, no. It was not that, yes, Krishna goes away. There's so much feeling for Krishna. Yeah. So, and then Krishna left, and then his chariot moved further and further, and they all gazed at this chariot like columns. They couldn't move. And the chariot went further and further to the horizon. And they were just watching. And it said after this day when Krishna left, Vrindavan was never the same as before. After this was like a ghost town. Before it was like, happy, nice, and Krishna wakes up and goes to the forest and the cows are there and he plays with the boys, all that. Suddenly Krishna is out. So it was very dramatic. And when you read this and you think about this and all the other pastimes, it should move us. It should engage us. It should enchant us. We should have a connection with it. And the devotees who are very absorbed in all that, they read this with great relish, because now we said this is actually terrible, but because it is spiritual, it's spiritually terrible. Spiritually terrible. And it said there are two ways you can have association with Krishna. One is called Sambhoga, and one is called Vipralamba. And Sambhoga means you are together with Krishna, which is wonderful. Great, you are with Krishna, all that. And it's very ecstatic, you're so happy. Oh Krishna, you're here, so nice to see you, and what can I do for you? And if you have a certain relationship, you talk with Krishna, you joke with Krishna, you pet Krishna, or you fight with Krishna if you're a cowherd boy. Yeah. So this is Sambhoga. And the other kind of relationship with Krishna is called Vipralamba, means in separation, when you're not with Krishna. And because then it's not out of sight, out of mind. In German is a saying, aus den Augen, aus dem Sinn. Yeah. When something or someone is not with you, gone, then you kind of forget, you don't care. With a real loving relationship, it's different. The separation makes your meditation, love more intense. So the further away and the longer away the loved object is, the more intense your love gets. And because it's spiritual, it's very blissful. Even it looks terrible and devastating, all that. Yeah. So the advanced devotees or little advanced devotees, they can hear Krishna Katha and listen Krishna Katha, and they have some rasa with Krishna Katha. They have some experience with Krishna Katha. It's not just theoretical anymore. There's a relationship. And through this they can experience all the mellows of this pastimes and become very, very happy. And become very happy. And this is the way to go for making advancement in this Kali Yuga, because other ways don't work for us. It's very difficult. This is very engaging, it's very easy, and it's very merciful of the Lord that He is revealing Himself in His pastimes like that. And through this we become Krishna conscious. And in Bhagavad Gita, in the 17th chapter, in connection with the austerities of the mind, They've spoken about austerity of the mind. What is austerity for the mind? And Prabhupada mentions that austerity for the mind is to listen to the stories of the Puranas and the Mahabharata. This is austerity for the mind. From one point of view, why is it austerity? Because we always like sense gratification. We always like sense gratification, a new football result or a cricket result, who was this playing, or Bollywood, or some chat this, that, prachalpa, this, that, and sense gratification, this, that. Yeah, we're so much tuned in this. So to not do sense gratification of any sort is an austerity. It's kind of, oh, I miss it, I need my sense gratification. Huh? So, and to make this austerity, this separation from the mind and sense gratification not too terrible, in the Kali Yuga especially, okay, here's stories. Don't watch stupid Bollywood movie or Hollywood movie, similarly stupid. Hear about Krishna. Right? Krishna is so merciful. Hear about Krishna's stories. And there are so many. I quoted now one story. It was a part of a story from Srimad Bhagavatam. But Bhagavatam, of course, you have other leelas of Narasimha Dev, Varaha, and they are all amazing. But alone the 10th canto of Krishna's pastimes, there are 90 chapters. 90 chapters. I was speaking now just a little part. So you should wonder now, how is this story continuing? How was it? Where was Krishna going? Oh, wow. Okay, he was going to Mathura. What was happening? Okay, so if you have then the overbuilding, so to say, the main story of Krishna's pastimes from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then you're very eager, then there are great acharyas, especially in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, who go very deep in the different aspects of the Leela and deepen the pastime, bring out many more details. Like there's one book, it's called Gopal Champu, this is from Chiva Goswami, who tells the whole 10th canto again with many more details. It's just the same, the storyline is the same, the raw story is the same, but he brings way more connections because he's a great sage and he knows. He can do that. And then the other acharyas who take different aspects of the Leela and present another stories, another pastimes, because they know Krishna, they've experience with Krishna. So we can get completely immersed in all this katha and these pastimes and in a never-ending flow of happiness and rasa and this and that. And it's very easy to pass the time like this. Like here, the sages of Naimisharanya, what are they doing? They are sitting in a forest. Many of them, many sages. And one great personality sits in front and he just speaks katha, and they are listening. They are listening with rapt attention. And every time he stops, they are not thinking, finally, prasad. What are they doing? Like here, now, the sage she told so many things, and now these other sages, the assembly, they ask questions. Right? He was standing, and now they are saying, oh please, here in the verse we had today, please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They want to hear more, and then they want to hear more, and then they want to hear more, and they say, Vayang tunavit ripyana ma utama shloka vikrame. Yeah? We are getting never tired when we hear Uttama Shloka Vikrame, when we hear the adventures of Uttama Shloka, the one who is praised by most eloquent verses, shlokas. Yeah? So in all these situations we hear the eagerness of the devotee, the eagerness of the bhakta to hear about his beloved Lord. This is how it should be. Like Hanuman. Hanuman wants to hear always about Ram. Ram, Ram, Ram. Where's Ram? What is he doing? This and that. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, right? This is a devotee. This is a bhakta. And we should become like that. We should be like that. That's the reason why we in Hare Krishna movement, we chant always Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes? Always remember the Lord and hear about the Lord. And when you cannot do that, which might be in the beginning, then you have to do many things for the Lord. Do many things. This is also possible. It's not just hearing, which is difficult, or chanting. Then you do many things. That's the reason why I have this wonderful project here. that people come who are new, they need to learn many things. So they go to the field and they plow the field for Krishna. It's 100% spiritual. And then they cook for Krishna. And then we worship the Lord with arati and incense, all these things. And you can come watch. And then you chant and dance for Krishna. Yeah. And then you eat for Krishna very soon. 2-3 minutes, we are done. You can go and you eat for Krishna. And you can eat as much as you like for Krishna. Because it's prasad. Krishna prasadam. You eat as much as you like. Take as much as you like. And then you talk with the devotees of Krishna. And you ask them questions. And you serve the devotees. Oh, these are Vaishnavas. These are not just Germans or Austrians or Indians. These are devotees. We shouldn't look at each other on a bodily platform. We are not caste conscious. We are the soul. And the soul, Jiva Svarubhai Krishnara Nityadas, is a servant of Krishna. And you serve the devotees and associate with devotees, all that. And there are so many things you can do for Krishna. You give donations for Krishna. You go to work. You work very hard in the office or wherever. And then you have some overflow of your money, what you don't need for family and security stuff. Oh, this nice amount of money I give now to Krishna, my dear Lord. Like recently a devotee was here and he was in the Arati. And then he went to the donation box and he was kneeling before this box for a long time. Like 5 minutes and doing something. Boom, boom, boom. And then he went away. And then the devotees, they counted. He gave 5,000 euros he put here inside. He put 5,000 euros in this donation box with lots of devotion. Because he was conscious. I was working hard for this money. For you, my Lord. Not for my new iPhone or my new car or for my this and that. I work for you, my Lord. You are my Lord. And I should do everything for you, and I have to work, family, this and that. I need money, yes, but a big amount, a nice amount is really for you. Wonderful, great. Yeah. Or you go and distribute books for the Lord. You go on the street and tell the people who have no understanding of Krishna, please take this book, it's about Krishna. Look, these nice pictures and nice stories and nice philosophies about self-realization. Just give a donation and take a book. So we have so many things to do. Everyone can do according to his capacity and talent and characteristic. Yeah. And then we get purified. It's said here, more and more the consciousness, Cheto Darpana Marjana, gets purified. And out of that comes the shining, most wonderful quality of the soul, which is love of Krishna. It gets revealed, it comes out. It shines more and more through your whole being and your consciousness. And then you become a pure lover of the Lord, where you always miss the Lord. Yeah. Like the Goswamis, huh? He Radhe Vraja Devi ke he Lalite he Nanos he Nanda Suna Kuta. They run through Vrindavan and where is Nanda Maharaj? Where is Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj? Where is Radharani? Where is Lalita? Where is the Govardhan hill? All that. Yeah. But this comes then later. Before this we have to work and sadhana and all this. But this is where it will lead. And when we want that, we should be attentive and all that. Good, so thank you so much. So I said a couple of points about listening to Krishna Katha. The first I explained that we have to understand who is Krishna. He is not a human being. He is not a demigod. He is not an avatar. He is the avatari. He is the source of all avatars. He is the source of the Brahman effulgence. He is the Supreme Lord. It said, Anadir Adir Govinda. It's the beginningless beginning. So, and if we understand this deeply and have faith in that, then we can hear Krishna Katha, which is very pleasurable and very deep and wonderful. It will enchant us, purify us. And if we cannot hear all the time, okay, we act according to our tendency and we get purified, that we more and more understand all these things. And this is the purpose of life. And it's wonderful that we are here and do this and use this and do this as an offering to Srila Prabhupada, who once said, I want that all of the devotees love Krishna. He wants that we all love Krishna. And this works especially if you help others to love Krishna too. If we help others to love Krishna, non-devotees and devotees, wherever you can help someone to love Krishna, bring someone in contact with Krishna, your love to Krishna grows more. And this is Srila Prabhupada's mood. Yes. Good. Thank you so much for your kind attention. If there are any questions or additions. If not, then we will have breakfast now. Prasadam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande.